Hello, my name's Ben.
And my name's Josh.
And welcome back to FPL Graduates. Welcome back to another video where today we're going to be going into our Game Week 32 team selection for this game week. Remember, before we go into it, if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to do so. 60% of you at the moment aren't subscribed, so make sure you click that button and let's get into Josh's team.
Okay, then, so starting off with my team, obviously I wildcarded last week. Not the best of game weeks. Phil Foden did absolutely destroy me, which is not ideal, but we're hoping to improve upon it in the coming weeks. So we've got Petrovic in goal, Sheffield United away. By my luck, Chelsea will concede 100% to Sheffield United, so let's hope they don't know. We've got a Doji as well, Nottingham Forest at home. I'm hoping that Spurs get a clean sheet, but Spurs, other than Aston Villa where they had that red card for John McGinn, haven't kept a clean sheet since game week 17. So yeah, the hopes are not very high for clean sheets this week. Same with Gusto. Obviously, he's back in the squad for Chelsea against Manchester United. Attacking threat is a little bit more there, and especially against the Sheffield United side, you'd expect him to get higher up the pitch as well. Should be good. And then there's Gabriel as well. Brighton away this week. I just spoke to Ben off camera about this. I am tempted to sell him just because I only own one Arsenal defender at the moment. And if you haven't seen, pretty much everyone has two, so unless you own two, you're not going to get green arrows at the moment. So for me, I'm tempted to go elsewhere. Where else is the biggest question? Maybe an Ait Nori, who I don't have at the moment, who's performing expertly well. I'm not too sure. What's your thoughts on the defence, Ben, in terms of those clean sheet potentials and maybe that Gabriel transfer out?
Yeah, I don't think the clean sheet potential is too high. I mean, if you look at those fixtures all in isolation, all on paper, you'd think at the start of the year, yeah, there'd be a few clean sheets here, but that hasn't been the case. I think Chelsea will probably be lucky to keep a clean sheet against Sheffield United at the best of times, but Gusto's attacking threat is an interesting one, and I think he could get some attacking returns out of that. It's the same with Destiny Udogie. I think he's got potential attacking returns in him. He's been close the last few weeks. He's probably due an attacking return as well. The Gabriel move to take him out would be a risk, in my opinion. I think Brighton aren't too great offensively anyway and haven't shown too much since mainly Matoma has gone out injured. So there's obviously a risk with that. And I think you could probably hold on one extra week to make that move and just solidify your choice in that. Overall, though, a fairly solid team in terms of sort of looking at it compared to everyone else's FPL teams.
Okay, then, so moving on to the midfield, it's a 3-4-3 this week, and it's the same midfield that I played last game week. Obviously, Cole Palmer, Sheffield United away. He currently has my armband on him, just because I think he's just been playing really well. It might be because I wanted to captain him last week, or the week before, sorry, and didn't, and I'm sort of getting that sort of hindsight, but I think it's a really nice fixture. He's on penalties, as we all know, and I don't think anyone's going to take him off him. So that's potential. Another potential captaincy option is Mo Salah. I'm going to the game at Old Trafford, so it makes me not want to captain him a little bit more there. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Heung-min Son, I don't think he's a terrible captaincy option, but when I've been watching him in recent weeks, he's just not been performing. I think he accumulated 0.09 XG against West Ham, which for me didn't really fill me with any joy. Obviously, they are at home, they are better at home, but I think Forest will have the same game plan as West Ham and just sit really deep. So, yeah, I'm not too keen on the Son captaincy at the moment. And then obviously we do have Kai Havertz, Brighton away. He'll stay in there for this week. He'll probably will make way for maybe Phil Foden in next game week when obviously Manchester City face Luton. So what's your thoughts on that midfield, Ben?
Yeah, decent midfield. I think Cole Palmer is a good captaincy shout. His record against the promoted sides has been great this season so far. I don't think he's blanked once against the promoted teams anyway. Son, I can understand the reasons why you wouldn't want to captain him. I'm more in the boat of captaining him because of how good Spurs are at home, how attacking they are at home. I think obviously the last home game they played, fairly unlucky from Son not to get a double-digit return. So that's one to keep an eye on. I'd also be tempted to captain Salah. We'll see, obviously, Man United, they can be hit or miss against Liverpool, and you know, they played pretty well against them last time, so we'll see what happens with that. And then, yeah, like I said, it's a good plan there with Kai Havertz to sort of transfer him out for Foden next week and see how he gets on against Brighton this week. He's also in great form, Kai Havertz, so it'll be interesting to see him potentially get an attacking return. Brighton a bit better defensively this part of the season, but Arsenal always so good going forwards.
Okay, so then moving on to the forward line, Erling Haaland hopefully starts this week. Obviously, he was benched last game week which wasn't ideal for me. So Crystal Palace away, he's got a really, really good record against Palace, so hoping that he does start. I'd probably be... I don't know if it puts me off captaining him because he got rested. I think he will play this week. Obviously, they do have that massive Champions League game after this, so that is something to bear in mind. I don't think he'll play 90 minutes against Palace unless they really need him to. We then got Isaac as well, Fulham away. Obviously, Fulham are much better at home than they are away from home. Obviously, conceded 3 to Sheffield United away last week. Isaac, though, I just love him at the minute. Honestly, so fun to own on penalties. Just, yeah, top-class asset right now. And then we got Darwin Núñez as well, Manchester United away. Again, could be a goal fest. Ten Hag's only lost once to Jurgen Klopp so far in his tenure at Man United. So it'll be interesting to see. I think Liverpool need the win more than United do need any sort of result. In terms of the top 4 race, it's who can lose the less. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. But I think, yeah, any Liverpool attacker is going to be a good option no matter what the fixture is, really. So, yeah, that's the front 3. What's your thoughts on those strikers, Ben?
Yeah, decent front 3 and a fairly template front 3 as well. Isaac, I'm quite jealous that I'm not owning him myself. But yeah, all 3 decent options. I think Haaland will be fine to play 65, 70 minutes at the weekend anyway. So yeah, you're looking pretty good in terms of the striking department for this weekend.
Then to round off the team on the bench, we've got Dubravka, Fulham away, which isn't a terrible fixture this week. Obviously, Fulham do score a lot of goals at home, though, and Newcastle defensively just seem to leak a goal every single week. Garnacho is first sub against Liverpool at home. Obviously, Rashford was benched against Chelsea, so it'll be interesting to see whether that happens again going into this fixture. Conor Bradley as well. You could argue about playing him, to be honest. United, attacking-wise, haven't been fantastic necessarily. So, yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to starting him. And obviously, he's got that attacking threat as well. And then Van Heck as well, who hopefully won't see the pitch with Arsenal at home this week.
Okay, so in my team in the defence, we've got Dubravka with Fulham away. Again, like Josh said, they seem to be leaking goals, Newcastle, every single game, so I'm not entirely confident on a clean sheet. Let's hope for some save points against a Fulham team that are fairly decent at home, especially from an attacking output. In the defence, we've got Ait-Nouri, Udogie and Konza at the moment. Ait-Nouri and Udogie with home fixtures, both very attacking against defences that aren't that great. Konza in there is a 50-50 decision between him and Gabriel. I'm leaning towards Gabriel a little bit more just for the attacking threat, albeit, yes, Konza scored a goal the other week, but Gabriel seems to accumulate more XG from corners. So that's the defence. I'm fairly sort of confident with 2 of the guys, and then the other 2 not so much. Is that how I should be thinking about this defence at the moment?
Yeah, I think so. Like you say, Udogie and Ait-Nouri are locked in. It's a tough one between Konza and Gabriel. Obviously, Konza's got the home fixture. Brentford, not like clinical, really. Even with Tony back, they're still struggling to score, as we saw against Brighton. We saw it against Man United as well. They had so many chances, and it took them till the very last minutes to score there as well. So it will be interesting. It might be London buses for Konza. He might get 2 goals in a matter of games. We have to wait and see on that.
Okay, so in the midfield, we have got Salah, Palmer, Son, Gordon and Saka. At the moment, my captaincy is on Son. As Josh said, he didn't get too much XG against West Ham last week, but seems to be playing well at home, and Spurs seem to generally be playing better at home. Gordon comes up back in after his 1-game ban for a stupid, petulant kick of the ball out of the pitch, and sort of reduced us down by probably 4 or 5 points overall after that. Saka hoping that he's going to be back in for Brighton away. We'll see what happens with that. It could very well be that my Konza and Gabriel sort of deliberation gets decided by Saka. And then Palmer, Sheffield United away, is currently on the vice captaincy for me. And then Salah as well, Man United away, probably not going to captain him. It will be a decision between Son and Palmer come the deadline. Josh, what are your thoughts on that midfield?
Yeah, I really like the Gordon pick. Obviously, Saka, I think he should be back. I know he was left out of the squad entirely, but Arteta did rotate some key players like Declan Rice. Obviously, he was on the bench and he came on for like 20-odd minutes. So, yeah, I reckon he should be back. It just depends on whether he'll risk him before that Bayern Munich game. Obviously, it's massive for Arsenal in the Champions League, a competition that they're yet to win. They've got to pick their poison, really, I think, in terms of what competition. They haven't really got the squad depth that City have. in terms of quality anyway. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, really like the team.
And then up top, we have got Solanke and Haaland. Solanke has a really nice fixture against Luton away. Didn't really do too much last game week against Crystal Palace. Hoping that he can turn it around this week. He's been really, really consistent for all FPL managers pretty much all season. And then Haaland, not currently on the captaincy or vice captaincy just because of that rest last week. And I think a lot of managers will be put off by that anyway. Palace away isn't a bad fixture either. And then on the bench as well, we've got Areola, Konza, Kirkez and Mateta at the moment. Josh, what are your thoughts overall on the team? Solanke and Haaland, decent picks, and the bench as well.
Yeah, Solanke, he's a very good pick, and he has been consistent this season. Obviously, last game week out, I don't think he had a shot until like the 70th minute. So that is not ideal, but I think Bournemouth against Luton, last time out it was 4-3, so I think that would be a little bit of a goal fest there. Haaland, as you mentioned, absolutely right. I don't think a lot of people will go to captain him this week. Could be a nice differential, though, if you do want to sway that way and think that Haaland will do the business. Bench is decent as well. It's nice to have that good coverage with Konsa or Gabriel if Saka or someone else doesn't play. Okay, so that wraps up our Game Week 32 team reveals. Let us know what your dilemmas are ahead of the deadline in the comments. We'll be replying to all comments, as we always do.
And as always, please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And yeah, I've been Ben.
I've been Josh.
And we'll see you guys
later. Have a good game week, everyone.
You may rise, but you'll never make me